Yeah, still heard music and there was none playing. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I just wanted to take a minute and welcome everybody. We know some people that drove a long way to join us, and we really appreciate it. I'm Jeff Hoffman. I'm going to introduce Ian in a minute. I'm the founding executive director of the EXL Center. And we'll introduce Ian and Carolyn, and then we'll get started. But again, we just really appreciate you guys taking time to be here. For those of you who don't know, I'll take a minute to say this, what the EXL Center is. It is the Experiential Learning Center for Entrepreneurship and Civic Engagement. We felt like the best supplement to an education is the experience that you get outside of the classroom. From experiential learning opportunities, from internships and co-ops, to working on projects, to doing research, working with faculty, and then working with the community, with businesses, with startups, with civic organizations, nonprofits, and NGOs. We want to make sure that students throughout the chance, and faculty, and the community get a chance to partner and work on real-life projects. And we especially want to focus on students getting as much real-world experience as they can while they're a student so that they can make decisions. And by the way, one of the things I learned when I was a student was deciding you don't like something is just as important. Trying something and saying, well, I'm glad I didn't go down that path as a career. So deselecting things by having experiences is important sometimes as selecting. So the goal of the EXL Center is to be kind of the clearinghouse. We're the place, like, if you see on the door here, and my office is 2 doors down, in big giant white letters on the door it says, "Come in." That's pretty much our attitude about everything. We want students, we want faculty, we want the community to come to us and propose projects and propose ways to work together. And our measure of success is students having a whole range of outside the classroom experiences while they're here. But we want the community to know as well in Northeast Ohio that we have students available, right? So if somebody's a nonprofit and they need people to help build something, if it's a company and they need graphic designers, engineers, mathematicians, whatever, we want the community to come here to take advantage of our students and our faculty. And we want students to come into the EXL Center to look for new opportunities. We want faculty to propose projects that might be less non-traditional compared to what they used to do that we'll put together. So we're that sort of central point. We were thrilled yesterday. We had everybody from Burton D. Morgan Foundation, Jumpstart. I know Tobin's here today. We had, let's see, who else was with us yesterday? Case Western, UARF, Seed, what do they call it? Seed Clinic. We had a lot of the community join us yesterday here in this room to discuss how we all work together as a community. And then we had our jazz event last night at Blue Jazz, which is something we started last month, an idea that Ian had that we call Blueprints to excel at the Blue Jazz Club last night, where we kind of host a community discussion. Last night's topic was kind of unleashing the power of wonder, how people that come up with great ideas come up with them. And then we talked about the millennial generation and what the impact on the world that generation has and how it changes everything. And we had some great guests. We do that the first Wednesday of every month. So with that, I want to introduce Ian and so we can get started today. But again, we really appreciate you guys taking your time to come be with us today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Jeff, and thank you all for coming today. We wanted to start our second day with a student-driven explanation of what we actually are doing in this space. Before I get to that, I do want to say a couple, almost like a housekeeping thing. Jeff and I have actually got to run, so don't feel like we don't want to be here, but we've got a special panel in the Honors College that begins at 10, and the mayor and the county executive and some individuals like that are coming along, and I just want to make sure that everything's going well over there. So please, we will definitely be watching this online. And the real point here is that we have this on video on our website so that anybody that comes to look at the EXL Center can learn how this space actually came to be, so that they know that this was student-driven. This was brilliant ideas from our students that manifest in a place that you can create and you can find new partners and you can explore a world broader than your own. So I want to give away a couple quick things. So as a point of trivia, Apple was started by 2 individuals, Steve Jobs and, who had that? All right. Brad, a gentleman that actually works at the university, Brad Harvey, will get a EXL Center power charger. There you are, Brad. There you are, Brad. Who knows the original name of Goodyear? What Goodyear was called before it was Goodyear? I thought I'd stump you with some Akron entrepreneurial trivia. All right, it was the Cyberling Rubber Company, but we're gonna move on from that. We've got two new centers at the university that are part of our daring new initiatives to be more distinctive. One is the EXL Center, and there's another one. What is that other new initiative that President Scarborough announced on May 15th that's going to be opening at the university soon? Yes, ma'am. Pardon? The data center. All right. Do you, by any chance, wear a large T-shirt? You may have really helped me out here. That's an EXL Center T-shirt going right back there. Thank you. And then last but not least, I've got these, and we're going to give these to all of our students that have come here today, that are part of Design by 9 and all the other people that have joined us. These are 4 gig flash drive bracelets, say the EXL Center. And I will give that away to anybody that can tell me what is the company that is very well known to us that our founding director, Jeff Hoffman, co-founded. Anyone? All right. You work here, Sarah. I'm sorry. There we are. It is Priceline.com. So, without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to start. We've got one student that was a University of Akron student. They founded a company called Jazzwig. We actually have a few in here now. They're stand-up wooden desks, and they're a local company. They came right out of the university. They went through the I-Corps program through UARF. Fantastic group. And we thought that is exactly what we'll outfit this room with. We don't have many in here today because of obvious reasons. But when the students are in here cracking away, doing different workshops and presentations and anything they're doing, we're going to have these standing desks. And I wanted Daphne from Europe to give us a little bit about what Jazzwig does.
You guys have rolling chairs, so feel free, especially back here, to roll around over there so that you can see the screen and see her. But we made rolling chairs. Didn't want to leave them out. Reconfigured quickly.
The University of Akron. I've spent my time at the University of Akron. The opening of the EXL Center at the University of Akron. You might wonder, who is that girl? Well, I'm Daphne Fischel-Lippens, and I'm the co-founder of Jazzwig, and I'm also a graduate student at the University of Akron. I've spent my time at the University of Akron for the past 3.5 years in doing my PhD in biomimicry, which is learning from nature for innovation and sustainability. And it's given in the Department of Biology. It's extremely exciting because it really brings design, biology, engineering, and entrepreneurship together. And during my PhD, I actually had to work a lot behind my computer, which for me turned out to be causing some neck and back problems and resulting in migraines. And so I realized that I was actually sitting down too much. So I was reading a lot about it on the internet, and I learned that I should be using or could be using a standing desk to alleviate these problems, just to switch around my posture and position during my work behind my computer. So looking on the internet for one, I couldn't really find one that was affordable or didn't look like a transformer or something that would like one of my cardboard boxes. Didn't last long. So luckily I live with an engineer, and he took on the challenge to design a standing desk that can be made using digital manufacturing. And he used ThinkBlocks at Case because he's at that time he was a Case student. He was able to prototype a standing desk out of a plywood sheet. And starting talking to other people about this idea, we quickly realized that there was actually a need for a more affordable, locally produced standing desk. And so we also started to going to more networking events to see if what other people actually think about this. And on one of those networking events, which was a startup dinner here at Akron, organized by Lounge League, which is people that come together. One thing that they organize is the startup dinners, a monthly place where people can have dinner while enjoying having a conversation with like-minded people. And in one of those events, I actually met Ian, where I was talking about sitting down too much and the standing desk, and he was like, hey, that's a great idea. And what he especially liked is the fact that I was a UACRN student. So when he was working on the EXL Center, he started thinking about, hey, I met this girl once. And so he contacted me and asked if I was still working on the standing desks. And so that's where we decided to work together. And it was amazingly exciting to create these standing desks with the specifically designed logo for the EXL Center and trying new things. And it looks really great. Unfortunately, I cannot be there today to see it, to see the opening in my own eyes, but I will definitely come and see it when I'm back in Akron. And the reason why I can't be there is because I'm currently in Belgium, which is my home country. And why are we here? It's because we developed our manufacturing setup in the US for the past year and a half, but we decided that we also want to start selling our desks in Europe. And to do that, we want to have local manufacturing in Europe. And so we are now currently setting that up here in Belgium. It's great to see that a personal need can turn into an idea that's actually worth pursuing and actually quickly expands to kind of a startup that keeps on growing. So I hope that the center can also stimulate you to pursue your ideas and talk to other people about it and create collaborations. And hopefully you like our standing desks. Make sure that you adjust it to the height that you need it to be for you, because the posture is really important. And also use the ergonomic footrest because it actually helps for your back. So thanks again for this great opportunity. Have fun and use the space.
This is one of the Jasmine standing desks. We actually have 10 of them, and they'll be around for students and faculty and anyone who wants to use it. We have the stools, which are also ergonomic if you need them, if you just like a tall table. But they're really astoundingly effective and sturdy, and she's right, the footrest thing is very nice. They're also, the design is very cool. Come play with it later. So hi, I'm Carolyn Behrman, and I'm the Faculty Collaboration Director here at the EXL Center. I came on in January, and I'm working with Ian and Jeff, and with Laura Carey and the crew at the Career Services here at the University of Akron to put together what we hope will be a really inclusive, intentional package of opportunities for students at the University of Akron to come in, getting hands-on experiential learning at the general education level, and then follow it through their tracks to their career and onward out into life. And we are delighted to be able to highlight some of the incredible work that has gone on long before the EXL Center obviously existed, since we're new. And the group that we're actually going to highlight right now has been here forever, but we are delighted that we have such a great example here on campus, so that we can point other people who are saying, what can I do, to these people who have already done such amazing things. So to that end, this is for them a small gathering of recognition, because the people who do Design by Nine here at the University of Akron have had accolades from much organizations. But it's really wonderful that they're ours. So I'm going to introduce Janice and John and ask you guys to come up, and then introduce Design by Nine and the students who we were so lucky to slip into their agenda this semester and last semester, and get their help with the design for the Career EXL Center here in Pierce Library, the Create EXL Center, and also the Career EXL Center, Career Services Center in Keystone.
Do you guys mind using the mics too?
Sure.
So we can get it
I'm
online.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
We can move them and lower them. Whatever you like.
Okay, that's good.
Or you could disconnect and walk around.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're very excited to be here and to be part of this project. I am Janice Troutman. John Morrison. The two of us together are creative directors for Design by Nine. We are the faculty that lead the student group that's located in Folk Hall. We are part of Myers School of Art, and we have had this design studio for the last 20 years. We have the students immersed in real-world projects. We have clients that are both on and off campus. When we started it 20 years ago, they said we had to be self-supporting, so we have been. We're having our anniversary this year, where you'll see announcements. We hope that you come join us in our space. So we have, since John and I are the creative directors, the best way for us to get our student work out there is for us to enter awards. So we have received over 50 awards for design projects. Those are from local to international competitions. And because John and I are the creative directors, we don't feel that we would like to compete in those are not student competitions. We only participate in professional competitions since 2003. So I'll introduce John, and he'll talk about a few of our projects, and then he'll introduce our students.
We do work for, as Janice said, on-campus and off-campus clients, and that's actually how we ended up meeting Jeff and Ian. They had seen a project that we had done. Well, it was completed last year. It's the Buchtel College of Arts and Science atrium, the building right next door to this. We started that project probably 4 years, took 4 years probably, from the initial concept to where it was actually completed, and that was outside funded, so it took a while to raise money to actually produce it. But it's a large mural, much larger than what we've got here, more in line with what's at the EXL Center, the Career Center at the Student Union. But it's in the College of Arts and Science building. It's really an illustration that depicts the university, the city of Akron, and it's very colorful. And I think it makes a lot of impact in that space, really brightened it up. I think everybody really enjoys it. So Ian and Jeff met with Janice and I last summer, and we ended up discussing the various centers, and this fall the students started working on concepts for both centers. Actually, the Student Union, the Career Services EXL, and through that presentation, we had a spin-off of the design for this space. So I think it would be, we do work other than just murals. On campus, we do dance and theater posters. You might have seen those if you've gone to any of them. We've done the University of Akron Research Foundation branding. We did their identity, and have worked with them a little bit. So we get around, we do campus work, but we also do off-campus work too for other commercial clients. So, but we're talking about this space, so I think it would be good to have you guys come up here and the students, and maybe talk a little bit about how they were involved with this, and kind of how the design process went.
Hi, my name's Dominic, and just
Take it off and you can pass the microphone.
Okay, that works. Hi, my name is Dominic, and I was one of the sort of project leads on this mural in the space over here. And what we were thinking was, because the Career Center, or the EXL Center, is all about bringing people together and tying community knots, we felt that the overlapping of shapes and colors would best represent that, of bringing people together. And so over in this space, going from Jeff's office to over here, these shapes sort of explode with excitement and energy. And we just felt that the energy to sort of mimic what's going to come out of this program. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Jen. I was one of the project leads along with Morgan down there for the space in the Student Union. And when we were working on that, we were kind of looking at that as all of these shapes coming together rather than the design Dom's here, ours was his shoots apart, ours kind of comes together. It was about how all of the different people are coming together in this one space and creating something new. So we had all of these tiny triangles that came together and created this large rectangular mural just representing that kind of idea.
I'm just going to kind of go off of Jen's. But yeah, the whole idea of people coming together and collaborating with each other, with the community, that's just like the whole concept behind these murals, and to have these bright colors that grab your attention for people that don't even know, they're just walking by and like, oh, what's that? So these colors really work with the space, and they just grab your attention. They're really bold and graphic, and I think they just represent, well, what the EXL Center does.
So I guess I'll just introduce, on the end is Eric. And Phil is next to Morgan, and Brandon is next to Jen. So, yes.
As somebody who's only seen the initial conversation and then the outcome, I'm in particular, I was kind of blown away by what it looked like was incredibly intricate, detailed work on the one on career services walls. Can you tell us what do you go through? What do you do? Like literally on it, like I know that's a huge question, but tell me just a little window into what it about the process. Thank you.
Sure. So for the process for that one, the kind of pattern is called a low poly pattern. So it's built of all of these small triangles. So Morgan and I were initially doing research separately and ended up having like the exact same idea. So we worked together on it. And so we researched these low poly patterns, and then originally my proposal for that, the color of the space was that there would be 3 colors to represent the initial 3 different areas proposed for the EXL Center. And then it grew into this myriad of colors. And from there, it was a lot of refining the pattern and making sure that all of the triangles worked together correctly and really created this nice pattern.
So initially, we went over and measured the space, and we meet with the client first. How our process normally works is we meet with the client, they tell us what their needs are, and then we sit down and brainstorm together about really how best to solve the problem that they have. So in this particular project, we went over and measured the space, and then we had to draw a 3D model on the computer that so we could put the graphics in. So because when you're working on something that scale, like how do you know what it's really going to look like, and you don't want any surprises in the end. So the 3D model, and then we put it into that space. So normally the students will work individually or in small groups, and we sit down together before we show anything to the clients, John and I, and we discuss what they're working on, who has the same concepts, who really is drawing the best images, who has the best typography, who has the best photography, whatever process that particular project needs. So then we start combining them together. And for this one in particular, some of them just rose to the top, and then we show those ideas, and we usually have 3 ideas that we show to the clients, and then they choose.
Carolyn, you were there for the
Yeah, I get little tiny windows, but it really is the detail work. Like once you guys got into it, the specific detail work is just astounding. The amount of time and energy.
So it is a creative and technical process, both together.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Can I just say on behalf of Career Services, we love the work. We're so proud that it was you students that did that. So we'll cherish that for a long time.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. And we're going to switch and highlight another incredible initiative.
Great, so come see us later this semester when we have our open house for our 20th anniversary.
You probably said it, but I'll reemphasize, these are undergraduates.
Yes.
We only have undergraduates. We work with 9 new undergraduates every year. So if you have a space for them, they're looking for employment, they're graduating in May.
Okay, so